What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. It is the 21st day of July. Here we are with about 12 hours left in the day, sitting just above $66,000. We are seeing a little bit of a move up, which is nice to see. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Okay, we're going to go over a few different things, but first and foremost, I just want to say that since the beginning of June, the perceived environment that we've been in has been something of a consolidation phase, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that we're moving up nor that we're moving down. It just means that we're consolidating. In these consolidation phases, you can move up, okay? You can move down. But the last two consolidation phases that Bitcoin has had, this one here and this one here, they both had higher lows and higher highs. This is the first consolidation phase of the bear cycle where so far we've seen lower lows and technically we have lower highs. With that in mind, it is completely possible and acceptable if we find resistance here. We don't have to push higher. We don't need to see a higher high. I've been expecting that we'd see a higher high, but we're going to look at the short-term stuff and see if there's any reasons to believe that we turn around. We're going to look at some other metrics too. So, again, hit that like button. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it again. I've got this like nasal drip cough. I don't even know what it is, man. It's like I'm congested, but then it's like a nasal drip and it hurts. It's like a dry nasal drip. How does that even make sense? But anyways, enough about me. 1 hour time frame. Looking at this here, you're moving up and volume's not coming in. Now that's not necessarily entirely true, right? We're seeing the volume die off in this sense, but you are getting some consistent readings where before there were just no readings at all. You were pretty low here. You know, it's dying off. It looks like it's dying off, but maybe it's actually not as bad as I've originally thought. Maybe it's all right looking like that. RSI looks good. Getting overbought, not getting oversold. I mean, you look good here. Stochastics look good. MACD, awesome because you had bearish divergence and then you got rid of it. You actually built some bullish convergence, getting higher highs with higher highs, negating that bearish divergence. You look good. You've been green for a little while. You've been overbought for a little while, moving up with not really like exceptional volume. It's decent, but not exceptional. You might, waking up today, see a lot of people who go long. They're getting excited. The price is up here. We might see some downward volatility. So with that, if we pull back to like 65K, don't get too scared. 65, yeah, I mean, we could go as low as 65K, even below 65K, and still progress higher. It's completely possible that whenever the world wakes up, whenever I should say the Western world wakes up and the stock market opens up, it's completely possible that we do continue to push through. This could be moving up before the stock market opens because we're anticipating some good stuff to go on in the traditional markets. But typically, whenever I wake up and the price is up, we'll move down. If the price is down, we'll move up, typically. It's not always a guarantee. It's like 60% of the time. When I say typical, I'm not saying this with a 99% degree of accuracy. I'm just saying if I had to bet on it, rule of thumb would guide me better, saying that we probably move down. Plus, again, overbought for a while on the stochastics, green for a while on the MACD. You look good overall. I don't think you stop here. I just think, maybe you pull back a little bit momentarily. And then again, that volume's a little bit more obvious on the 4 hour time frame. Volume's declining here. Definitely some volatility. We shook out the weak hands, man. Anybody who wanted to go short or let go of their longs, they've loosed those longs. They've opened those shorts. And now they're screwed. Now they don't know what to do with themselves. Let's just see here. Shorts are decimated. One last island stands. I mean, that's at about 67K. That could be the topping area. 7-day time frame here. Yes, 67.6K. 67K, yeah. I mean, we're at 66.3. A little bit higher. We could push a little bit higher, clear out these shorts. I know there's more longs than shorts, and a lot of people think, oh, there's more longs. That means we have to move down. No, not necessarily. We could move up. We could move up a whole nother $1,500 from here and then move down. That's still $1 billion worth of shorts to liquidate just $1,500 higher. Not even that high, actually. Why not both? Why not liquidate those and then liquidate the longs on the way down, and then boom? I mean, we've seen a lot of volatility throughout all of this. In that essence of volatility too, each higher high that we've had has been a point to sell off. Something to think about. And we're quote unquote breaking out of this range. Not a lot of volume coming in. Makes me think that we might pull back. Stochastics have been overbought for a decent bit. MACD looks good on the 4 hour. It looks actually really good. You bounced here, and man, I mean, you saw a little bit of volatility to the downside, but you came back up. That was awesome. You look really good on the MACD, and the RSI also looks good, maintaining this overbought reading after ping-ponging between the overbought and the oversold for a little while. So you look good. You do look good. I stand by the initial thought. I think you have higher to go, but we might wake up, the Western Hemisphere might wake up and see the price move back down a little bit. And with that, we could go below 65K. So if we're back below 65K or anywhere around there, it's not a big deal. It's remember, like 4 days ago, you would have been excited to be above 65K or even around there. So coming back down here like that, that's fine. Back testing prior resistance for support, that's fine. I wouldn't want to go long here. I wouldn't want to, I mean, for the long term, for like the multi-year, multi-cycle term, okay, sure, this is a good place for a long-term entry on Bitcoin. We're below 70K. It's awesome. But I think that we're going to find resistance soon. I think that we will soon be back below 60K, if not around those levels. Going into August. I think August is going to be a bloodbath. So even if we do get above this high, that's fine. We're probably not going to get too far above it. And we'll likely see a crash, I'm thinking, in August, man. August is going to be a bad month. August is the new September. Weekly time frame, looking at this here. Higher lows in the RSI. That bullish divergence, though, I mean, with a move like this, it's already played out. Bullish divergence, it formed here. You've already seen the price go above that point there. So it diverged in price with the oscillator. Now the price is back where that divergence occurred. I think the divergence is null at this point. Stochastics look good. And the MACD flipping green, you guys, this is actually really good, to be fair. The week is still early. And this is, again, another thing that makes me a little bit hesitant that we would push on too much higher. A little bit higher, sure, but 5 days, 12 hours left, you guys. We could push up to 67K and drop back below 64K all in the same week. We could see something that takes this green away from the MACD. I will say this, though. Crossing green like this is a positive thing. Throughout the years, the times that we cross green, they typically bode well for the price over the coming months. I mean, this could counter or contradict the idea that we're going to drop in August, but I'm sticking with the idea that August is not going to be a fun month. August, September, October, that's the time frame for the end of the bear market. It always has been, with a specific emphasis on August. But I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I don't believe the bear market's over. I don't believe this is the low of the bear market. I don't believe that this is our low phase. We've been staging this area, and I think when we crash, we likely will see prices that are below 55K, perhaps finding support somewhere in this support zone or this resistance zone here. That is, below 50K at its lowest point. It would be, in my opinion, it would be a little bit odd to see the bear market low below this point, just below this point. It's like we would either find support here or we're going to find support somewhere down here. So it would be more like we find support somewhere around 55 to 49K. And if we don't, we're probably going to go to the low 40s. Like the low 40s, maybe even below 40K, which would be nuts. But something, I think 55K, this area here, from these closing lows on a weekly basis to this wicking low and this wicking high, I think that's the right area. And we're just not there yet. We're not there yet, guys. Another thing, too, actually. Low to high. The 382 is right there. And I think the last 2 cycles in a row we've crossed through that 382 barrier. Let's just see. Low here to the high here, not the fake out high. Yeah, 382 is at 20K. We crossed through that 382 barrier. And then here, do we actually, I don't think we have enough chart data for that. Let's see. Low here to the high here, right at the 382. We had a weaker bull market than we've ever seen before, and it was just truly weak. I mean, here we at least had this bull market craze for a little bit. We had a double top; it wasn't a blow off top, but here we really didn't see much of this exuberant growth that we've seen historically. It was a very lackluster bull market. We even had a rounded top; it was so lackluster. That kind of environment, I wouldn't think that we would skimp on the 382. I would think that we would at least go there, at least, as we did last cycle, as we did the cycle before, and that's at 56K. And what's very common with the 382 is that you don't bounce right off of it, but you wick below it. And to go below it, we're at that low area here, this consolidation area, this high point here, that 55 to 49K area. That's, and then prior resistance back here. It makes sense to me. I think that's where we're going to go. If not lower. I have a hard time imagining that we get too much lower though. Low 40s at the most. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.